Alrighty, this is your intro to cycling. My name is Megan Piper. I've been teaching cycling here at Pearce Community Center for going on 6 years next month. So we are going to start with learning how to use our monitor here. So we can do two options. We can do quick start or we can do power training. I'm going to turn on my power training. We do have an app that is available with these bicycles that you can download. So the next question you're going to get on your bike here is, do you want to pair the app? I don't have my app synchronized with the bike, so I'm just going to select no. The next thing that we're going to do is select our fitness level. So that's going to vary depending on your own self. I'm going to select medium. If this is your very first time, you might select low or very low. Then your next question is your gender. Go ahead and select that. Then everybody's favorite, select your weight. And then your FTP score. So this is your functional threshold level. What does that mean? That is your fitness level. So if you've never done this before, there is a test on this bike that you can take. It's a 5-minute test. They give you a resistance goal. They give you a RPM, revolutions per minute goal that you do for these 5 minutes. At the end of 5 minutes, it tells you your functional threshold power number. So if you have no idea what any of that means, check with our fitness manager or one of our cycling instructors, and we will guide you through how to set up your bike and how to do that test. So I'm going to go ahead and set my number. And then the next thing it asks is, do you want to pair your heart rate sensor? If you have one of those chest straps, polar chest straps to monitor your heart rate, you can do that. The next thing it'll ask you is if you want to turn on your color mode. The beauty of the color mode is depending on which song we're working, how hard we're working, there's a varying color mode that our monitors will go into. So I'll give you a range for your RPMs, but I'll also give you a color mode. So I like to turn that on. And then there's a medical disclaimer. If you have not checked with your doctor about starting an exercise program, you should always check that first. All right, now I'm into my monitor. What it shows me is my level. That's my resistance. My resistance is this knob straight down in front of me. So 0 is no resistance. We never pedal at just 0. So we want to make sure we have some resistance on at all times. So we are in control of pedaling rather than just aimlessly pedaling out of control. The next thing is going to be our RPMs. I will always give you a range to work in. The next thing is your wattage. That is your power output. How much power are you putting into this bike? It'll also give you a percentage. That percentage is based on that FTP score that we inputted earlier in the session. Then your zone goes with your colors. So zone 1 is white, and then we go to blue, green, yellow, and finally red. So as those colors change from white to blue, green, yellow, red, our resistance and our power and our output and our effort gets harder. All right, so that is our monitor. One more little warning here about our dial for our resistance. To turn it up, your resistance is going to go higher. Turn it down to make it lighter. If you push it to stop, it is like hitting a brick wall stop. It stops you dead in your tracks. And then it's really fun to get it going again. So if you're trying to end your workout, go ahead and push down to stop. But just be warned, it'll be a hard stop. Okay, so that's your little introduction on your monitor there. We're gonna go ahead and start getting our warm up here. So our resistance is gonna be light. Our colors are gonna be white to blue. So I'm gonna put on some resistance. That way, as I pick up my speed, my legs are in control. My RPM window for you is gonna be 80 to 110. So go ahead and pick up that speed. This is called a flat road. So if you were to get on a regular bicycle and go ride down River Beach Road, it's flat, it's totally flat. River Beach Road in Chillicothe is flat as can be. So our colors are gonna stay between white and blue. So light resistance like this, we call this our fat burning zone. So pick up that speed. I'm gonna turn the music up just a tad. All right, couple things to think about. Let's start at the bottom. So our feet are nice and flat on those pedals. We're not trying to point with our toes. We're not trying to sit back in our heels. Keep those feet nice and flat. We also want to keep those knees pointing straight forward. We're not hanging out to the sides. We've got those knees right in line with those hips and those ankles. Then the next thing we're doing is moving up to the top. We're keeping our chest lifted. We're not hanging out down here. We're using those arms to keep our chest lifted. Keep an eye on those RPMs. Don't forget to breathe. In cycling, we like to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. All right, the other thing we want to talk about is our hands. Thumbs should go over the top in line with your fingers, not tucked under the bottom. You'll cut off circulation to your thumbs, so we don't want to do that. My hands, a hand position 1 is using this inner triangle area of the bicycle, bringing those thumbs together. For me personally, this cuts off or pinches in the shoulder and I lose feeling in my arm. So for me personally, this hand position 1 is not very friendly. So if you experience any of that, you need to take those hands wider. So I like the flatter part of my handlebars. You can also take them out to the sides. And I try to keep my thumbs, again, on top of those handlebars. So just play around. There is no right or wrong as far as where you use these handlebars in the middle. We will go on to our next hand position. It's called hand position 2. So this will do right here. We're going to stand up. This is called hand position 2. It's when you're standing, you're going to be either jogging or running in this position. We want to keep our shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles all centered right over those pedals. We also don't want to be hunched over here. I always tell people, push up to those fingertips to lift your chest and align the body. That makes our legs do the work. Now, the challenge when you're brand spanking new, making those legs do the work is hard. So, as someone who's brand new, trying to stand up, you're just going to ease yourself into that. We're going to, later on, we're going to do what's called some jumps in that hand position 2. And when we do those, I have the intervals set up for 15 seconds of standing. Take a look at your timer on your bike. Maybe you do 5 seconds to start. Maybe it's 10. But I'll give you the option of standing or sitting. All right, so that was our flat road. The next thing we're gonna do is a hill. So if you're from the area, you're familiar with Blue Ridge Road, Pruitt Road, Cedar Hills Drive. We're talking about a big, heavy hill. So we're gonna turn that resistance up. We're gonna watch our RPMs start to slow down. So our RPM window now is in the 60s, anywhere between 60 and 70. I'm not gonna be able to go that heavy and talk to you. So we're trying to keep our colors between green and yellow. So this should feel a lot heavier on the legs. This will make your legs stronger. So when you're pedaling with that heavy resistance, you want to imagine you're drawing circles with your feet. We don't want to just jam down. We want to pull up as well. I'm going to introduce you in just a moment to our next hand position. It's hand position 3. You're going to grab these top handles. You're going to stand up. I hold on to them like they're joysticks from a video game. You can wrap those thumbs around or keep them on top, your choice. We're just not hanging on like we're driving a race car. Wiggle those fingers. Now this position is different than number 2. We're bringing our chest lower. We're pushing our hips back. You should feel the nose of your saddle every time you pedal. You're pulling those knees up towards your handlebars. Those heels are pulling up towards your behind. And as we grow in our strength, we'll be able to do this longer and longer. At any time, you may have a seat. Walk down nice and slow. I always say when we sit down, imagine you've got a carton of eggs on your seat. We don't want to break our eggs. We want to sit down nice and gentle, nice and controlled. We're going to continue to pedal strong with those legs. Imagine we're tracing that circle. We'll do a little review of that hand position 3 in just a moment. Take a look at your RPMs. Take a look at your colors. All right, let's walk it back up to a hand position 3. Come forward. Shoulders are down. Elbows are not out. Elbows are tucked in. Fingertips are wiggled. Hips are back. You should feel the nose of your saddle every time you pedal. You're driving those knees up towards your handlebars. And let's walk it down. Remember that hand position 1, it's all the way in the middle if you want to go there. You can come to the flat part of your handlebars, or you can go wide. Wherever you feel the most supported, go there. Keep tracing those circles, you guys. When you're seated, pull those elbows, pull those knees up towards your elbows. All right. I told you we would talk about some jumps. So I'm going to do that with you. Jumps are meant to be hard in effort. Not necessarily hard in resistance, hard in effort. We are going to see colors green, yellow, and red. We're going to go as hard as we can to challenge that heart rate for a short duration. So we need our resistance somewhere between our flat road and our big heavy hill that we just did. So I'm going to turn it up. We're going to slow those RPMs down between 70 and 90. And what we're going to do, every 15 seconds, we're going to stand up for that hand position 2. So hang with me for just a moment. Get yourself ready. Set. Go. Stand it up. Now it's a jump. I want you to go faster when you stand than you do when you're sitting. For 15 seconds. Maybe it's 10. Maybe it's 5. Bring it down. Remember those eggs when you sit. When we sit back down, we slow back down. So take a look at your RPMs. We don't want to drop below 70. Let's do it again. Go! Pick it up. Speed it up. Three, two, one. Walk it down. Those are jumps. We go from relax to heavy effort. Get ready to do it again. Set. Go. Pick it up. Bring those hips forward. Lift that chest. Push, push. 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm going to give you another option. You can always do these seated. We're going to still accelerate. Ready? Go! You're going to try to get to red. Pushing as fast as you can. Try not to bury your head and chest. Push, push. 3, 2, 1. Slow it down. We'll do a couple seated. Get ready to do it again. Set. Go. Push, push. 15 seconds if you can. 3, 2, 1. Is this feeling hard? Because it should. Very challenging. One more seated. Get ready. Set. Go. Pick it up. Keep pushing. 3, 2, 1. All right. This is your intro. So now we're gonna let you back it down, just with your speed. We're gonna hang out for the rest of the duration between 70 and 90 RPMs. Keep pedaling with that strong resistance. It's very challenging to talk through this whole class. Woo-wee! Here's the beauty with you guys. This is your intro class. So you've learned how to do a flat road. You've learned how to do a hill. You've learned how to do our jumps. You can lighten it up. You grab a drink. Those are all the tricks I have for you guys. We're going to do jogs. We're gonna do hills, sprints, and flat roads. That's it. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and start cooling down. So take that resistance all the way off. When you're ready, we're gonna take 3 deep breaths in. You're gonna inhale as you lift it up. Kira, keep going. I know you're not done. This would be a hill if we were in class. Inhale up. Exhale down. Give me 2 more of those. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now let's roll those shoulders back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together every time you roll them back. And now roll them forward. Open up that back. Squeeze your chest. All right, so let's bring one arm across the chest. Shoulders down away from the ears. Circle your wrists. Wiggle those fingers. Like I said, if you're losing feeling in those fingers, make those hands wider. That narrow position can cause some pinching. Switch arms. Circle those wrists. Wiggle those fingers. Alrighty, let's bring one arm up. Pat yourself on the back for getting in here and doing your very first ride. Like I said, if you ever need help getting set up on the bikes, contact our fitness desk. Switch arms. Pick it up, Kira. Let's go. Atta girl. All right, let's lace those fingers together in front of our chest. Palms face our chest. We're going to stretch those arms forward. Press your back away from your hands and bring your chin down to your chest. Stretch the upper back. Give me 1 more deep breath. Bring it up. Exhale down. Lace those hands behind your back and lift that chest. Stretch across the front. Shake them all out. All right, as I mentioned before, reach down, turn that resistance all the way off. We're gonna bring our feet to a complete stop. We're gonna leave one knee up high. We're gonna gently rotate. Opposite hand to your opposite knee. Twist and look behind you. If you have any troubles with your back in this twisting position, just pass on this stretch. Pedal forward to do the other side. On these indoor cycling bikes, we never want to pedal backwards. Alrighty. Now that we have paused, our monitor is giving us the option to resume our workout, to give us a summary, to restart, to end. If you arrow down and hit the check mark, it'll tell you how many calories you burned because you inputted your gender and your body weight. It'll tell you how many miles you went, and then a couple other various measures that you gotta be really techie with your bike to know and understand. So we usually keep track of miles and calories. So go ahead and dismount off your bike. We've got a couple more stretches. We're gonna bring one leg through the middle. We're gonna flex at the ankle. Hinge forward from the hips, keeping our chest lifted to stretch the hamstrings. If you collapse forward, you're gonna take more of that stretch into your spine. If you hinge forward from the hips with your chest lifted, you'll feel that hamstring stretch much sooner. And switch legs. Same thing here, flex at the ankle, hinge forward at those hips. Now, we have a scoreboard in our cycling room here. If you would like to become part of the 1,000 mile club, we have a dry erase board behind the camera here. And you can keep track of those miles that you did. And then you just get some bragging rights when you hit that 1,000 miles. All right, hang on to your handlebars. You're gonna bring one heel behind you. Grab that shoe. You're gonna lift your chest towards the wall and press that hip to the wall in front of you, stretching those quadriceps. We wanna try to keep that knee straight underneath that hip, not hanging out to the side. Tuck it under. And then you can switch. You can grab onto the nose of your saddle, switch feet. Press that knee down. Kira, you're going to flat road. You're going to be in our playlist forever. I snuck in on her time. All right, the next thing we're going to do, hang on to the bike for balance. You're going to cross one leg over the other like you're making the number 4. And then you're going to sit into a little bit of a squat. This is going to help stretch our hip. You can apply a little bit of pressure to that knee for a deeper stretch. You can circle those ankles, wiggle those toes, and switch legs. Cross it over first. Gently sit into that squat. You can still apply that pressure while hanging onto the bike. Circling that ankle, wiggling those toes. And stand up. Bring it to the side of your bike. There is an angle at the back of our bike, specifically for this next stretch. You're gonna put your toes on this black triangle. And then you're gonna bring those hips forward so you stretch those calves. You're gonna bring those hips forward and your weight forward as far as you can. You should feel this a little bit high in those calves. And then if you back that hip away, give me a little bit of a knee bend, and then lean into it, you'll feel that stretch lower into your heel. And we will switch legs. Toes up on the black cat, bring those hips forward. Feel that stretch nice and high in the calves. Back it away a little, bend those knees, then you'll take it lower. Alrighty, we have a whole big playlist that's gonna coordinate with all of these same cues. Hand position 1, 2, 3, sit, stand, flat road, hill, jumps, all of that. Check out our other workouts. Holler at us if you have any questions. Have an awesome day.